What if I told you God has a message just for you? Nobody else, just you. Would you actually miss it? Would you actually take the time to be still? Would you take the time to open up your heart to let him search you or let him speak to you or let him actually pour into you? See, this video is just for you because God has a message in store for you. So stay with me to the end of this video and you're going to see that this message was your confirmation that God is trying to get to you. And that brings me to, how people perceive, actually think how God speaks to them. Like God is just this loud voice that, speak through the clouds and speak from the sky. That's not how God operates. God operates when we're in stillness, quietness. And when we are alone, he speaks in whispers. He speaks through his words. So, and I'm telling you that God telling me this, that he will lift you up in the moments where you feel like you're beneath the world, not only just beneath the world, but feeling like you are just trouble. So God is telling me to tell you this. He has a word just for you. Now I want to share a time in my life where I feel like God dropped something, heavy in my spirit, something valuable in my spirit. It was a time when I was going through, the grieving of my brother, losing my brother, and unexpected time when, you just feel like everyone lasts and, will live forever until you actually realize that we all have a time, a date where we're going to leave this world. So in that moment, God was like, okay, I can take your pain. I can take the moment which you're going through and actually use it for good if you allow him to. So in that moment, I feel like that was God just speaking to me and helping me to, reach those people that may be going through similarities or life experience that I went through. And one day I was just in my car, getting off from work, and something spoke to me and said, pray. And like I prayed for myself and, it didn't register with me at that moment. But when I actually sat there and prayed, I'm like, how do I know this? And that's when I felt like I had goosebumps and I felt like something just came over me. And that just was God telling me I have a purpose for you. And that's why I discovered my purpose of praying for others, just trusting in God and start to seek him, seek his kingdom before all these things that I was actually putting before God. And I'm not ashamed to say it or even feel like I'm guilty of it because I'm human, but we all go through trials and tribulations. So today I just encourage you, if you are in a safe space, not even a safe space, if you are by yourself, just take a moment to be still. And I'm telling you, this is the way God is going to speak to you. And that's the way he spoke to me. He had to take me from the loudness of the world and put me in stillness and quietness and isolate me so he can actually speak to me through the whispers. Because a lot of us, like I said, we wondering why God, or we wondering why we're not hearing from God. It's because we're not allowing ourselves to hear from him because we thinking in our own, perception of how God speaks to us. He's not going to speak like me and you, like, hey, I'm God. No, he's going to make you, lean to his understanding, not your own. And this is in the moment, that's where you're going to really find like, okay, God, I'm paying attention. I'm focused on what you have for me. And this is how God really is going to, work through you. Don't go back and revisit the things that God has taken from you because they are not your possession anymore. They are not for you anymore. So in this very moment right now, this particular moment, I want you to know this way you are feeling and it feel like a sense of peace. This is God speaking to you. He's showing you that this peace is available to you, that the love that he has for you is available. You just have to drop all the heaviness. You have to stop carrying the burden. You have to stop trying to fix the problem because we all try to fix things in our own comfort and it's robbing us of this peace that comes from God. So listen to the whispers of God. Listen to the voice of God because he's speaking through his words. He's speaking through other individuals that's around you. This is why I say God has already went ahead of you. He know what you are planning to do because he planned. He went before you. He guided your steps. He made sure everything is going to line up. Everything is going to be a evidence, not only just evidence, but to get your attention. So this is for the people that actually feel like God has never spoke to them. Sometimes you may have missed that moment because you are too focused on the loudness, but the distractions from the world. Not only just the world, by the overthinking, the depression, the anxiety that you've been wrestling with. But God don't want you to wrestle with that any longer, anymore. So when I'm telling you, God is specifically making this message for you, and he wants you to hear him loud and clear. He wants you to get him loud and clear, because that voice is going to only get louder, louder, and it's going to be at its loudest peak where you ain't going to have no other choice but to receive, not only just receive, believe that it's from God. And this message is just not for you to just receive. He wants you to act on it. See, God doesn't just speak to fill spaces. He speaks for you to just go out there and act on it. This is where your faith is going to just play a major part. Not only just a major part, it's going to make you see that he's building you. He's building your character up. He's positioning you for something that's greater than whatever trial or tribulation that you went through. For example, forgiving and applying again. That's action. Failing and praying again. That's action. Trying to figure things out and actually trusting again. That's action. So God wants you to put one foot in front of the other and continue to keep moving forward. You don't need to continue to look back. And this is for someone that continues to do that. They are stuck in this spin cycle. They're stuck in this repeated pattern, and it's robbing you of the things that God is placing in front of you, but you can't have eyes in the back of your head. See, God is watching your back. God is actually protecting your back. He wants you to continue to keep looking forward, because this evidence is right there in front of you. So when I tell you this message is just for you, not your family, not your cousin, not your brother, not your sister, it's just specifically for you. I'm telling you, one day you're going to look back and realize and say God was speaking directly to me, and how I wasn't able to see it. But it's all a time for everything. And today is that time for you to actually hear from God, as God continue to just speak to you and speak through you. So I encourage you to continue to just look to God, trust in God, believe in God, because there's a God that sits high and he's on the throne. So continue to seek his kingdom before anything in this world. So this message is going to help someone, and I want to continue to just speak to someone. But this message was particular for somebody that's out there, and God was speaking through me. He was using me. Hey, I'm just a vessel, allowing God to use me at any given time, because that's his plan. And I want to let his plan live out through my life. So I encourage you to let God's plan live out through your life.